Good day, everyone. We will introduce ourselves. I am Jigidit Ramos Pastrana.
I am Engine Cadet Rolando Sicad.
I am Engine Cadet Limbo Gianale. I am Engine Cadet Paolo Cahiga.
We are Group 7. We will discuss the use of alternative fuels in the shipping industry and comply with sulfur oxide and nitrogen oxide and carbon emission requirements.
First, the alternative fuels in the shipping industries. A path to cleaner seas, the shipping industry, a vital artery of global trade, faces increasing pressures to reduce its environmental impact. Strengthen regulations target sulfur oxide, nitrogen oxide, and carbon emission are driving the adoption of alternative fuels. This transition promises cleaner air and a more sustainable maritime sector. The need for change. Traditional heavy fuel oil is a major source of sulfur oxide, nitrogen oxide, and greenhouse gas emission. The burning of baby fuel oil produces significant air pollution, contributing to respiratory illnesses and acid rain. Furthermore, the high carbon content of heavy fuel oil exacerbates climate change. The IMO 2020 sulfur cap limiting sulfur content in maritime fuels to 0.5 is a significant step towards reducing sulfur oxide emission. However, furthermore, reductions are needed to meet future targets.
Hydrogen fuel cells are revolutionizing the maritime industry by providing a cleaner alternative to heavy fuel oil for cargo ships. These vessels can significantly reduce their greenhouse gas emissions and eliminate sulfur oxide and nitrous oxide emissions, combating ocean and air pollution. Economically, hydrogen offers a long-term solution to fluctuating fuel prices and potential regulatory fines associated with pollution. As the infrastructure for hydrogen refueling improves, hydrogen-powered ships could lead the charge towards a sustainable global trade system.
Sulfur oxide emissions regulation. One of the key targets in maritime emissions control in the reduction of sulfur oxide, which are harmful pollutants produced when ship burn traditional high sulfur heavy fuel oil. In response to this, the IMO's 2020 sulfur cap mandates that sulfur content in marine fuel should not exceed 0.5%, down from the previous limit of 3.5 limits. Regulation has prompted the use of alternative fuels, including low sulfur fuels. Ships are shifted to low sulfur fuels such as marine diesel oil and marine gas oil, which contain significantly less sulfur compared to traditional HFO. Liquefied natural gas is a cleaner alternative to HFO, has virtually eliminate sulfur emissions and significantly reduce CO2 and particulate matter. LNG powered ships are gaining popularity, particularly for short and medium range routes. Methanol and ethanol, these biofuels, are also gaining attention for their ability to reduce sulfur emissions. They can be produced from renewable resources, offering a potential pathway toward more sustainable shipping. 2. Nitrogen oxide emission regulations. NOx is a harmful pollutant primarily produced via combustion processes in ship engines. To reduce nitrogen oxide emissions, the IMO has implemented the nitrogen oxide technical code and designated emission control areas where restricted NOx emissions limit apply alternative fuels and technologies that can help reduce nitrogen oxide emissions include LNG, since LNG burns clearer than traditional fuels. It also results in significantly lower nitrogen oxide emissions, making it a popular choice for complying with NOx regulation in ECAS. Ammonia has been identified as a potential alternative fuels for reducing NOx emissions due its zero carbon and low NOx potential when used in a combustion or fuel cells. However, ammonia presents challenges such as toxicity and storage safety concerns. Biofuels derived from algae plants or waste oil are another option that can produce lower nitrogen oxide emission compared to traditional marine fuels.
Carbon emission. Reducing the shipping industry is a significant contributor to global emission. The IMO has set a goal to reduce total annual greenhouse gas emission from international shipping by the last 50% by 2050 relative. To meet this target, alternative fuels that have a lower carbon footprint are initial LNG is a post fuel. Its introduction 25 to 20% 20 to 25% less compared to making is a more friendly option for carbon reduce. However, it is still a significant source of greenhouse gas. It not properly hydrogen greenhouse produced from renewable energy. It is a zero carbon fuel that can replace conventional fuels in shipping. It can be used in internal combustion fuel cells to power diesel, operating the process of zero carbon emission. During operation, ammonia can be used as a zero carbon fuel when from renewable source. When burned, ammonia produce no nitrogen can't be used unless the proper such as selective reduction are employed. Mitigate them biofuels sustainable, including second and third generation biofuels made from materials have the potential to significantly reduce carbon emission compared to traditional fuels. This biofuel can be used in exciting ship engines with minimal modification, providing a reliability easy transition to general operation within solar power. While not a fuel, the integration of the wind assisted propulsion such as cells, our rotors, and solar panel on ship can contribute to the overall reduction in fuel consumption and carbon emission.
Despite the potential of alternative fuels, there are several challenges in consideration that must be addressed for their widespread adoption. Number 1. Infrastructure development. The widespread adoption of alternative fuels requires a global fueling infrastructure which is currently limited. Investment in bunkering facilities and port infrastructure are needed for fuels like LNG, hydrogen, and ammonia. Number 2. Cost. Many alternative fuels, particularly hydrogen and ammonia, are still more expensive to produce and store than traditional marine fuels. Price parity with conventional fuel is a key factor in determining the rate of adoption. Number 3. Technological readiness. Not all alternative fuels are compatible with existing engines and systems. The shipping industry will need to invest in the development of new engines of the retrofitting technologies for these fuels, which can be costly and time-consuming. Safety and regulation. New fuels such as ammonia and hydrogen pose safety risks that need to be addressed through stringent regulatory frameworks and safety standards for their handling, storage, and transportation. Now, for our conclusion. The shipping industry is at a vital point in its transition to cleaner fuels, driven by the need to comply with sulfur oxide, nitrogen oxide, and CO2 emissions regulation. While alternative fuels such as LNG, biofuels, ammonia, hydrogen, and methanol hold significant promise, the industry must overcome infrastructure costs and technological barriers to ensure sustainable and compliant future collaboration between governments, industry, stakeholders, and technology developers will be crucial in accelerating the adoption of these fuels and achieving the IMO's environmental goals.